Hello, everybody. I am Benjamin Magnus. I am a content creator. I've been doing YouTube for a number of years, and I am a partnered Twitch streamer. In addition, I work for Paradox Interactive as community ambassador for EU4. I've been working with Zate for a while now. I consider him a friend, and I am going to be taking care of Spain in this Aurora 4X multiplayer, which I really hope goes well, considering the fact there's so many patches coming out for it. But short-term goals for me is going to be taking one of the weaker of the powers and, let's say, acquiring a specific alcohol-based strategic resource, which I feel will do the country well. To do that, I will be forging alliances against, I will say, we're going to go with the enemy of my enemy is my friend mantra. And with that, I'll leave it.
And now that we have the intro out of the way, let's have a quick look at the starting situation of our nation. So, unlike other nations, we have a bit of a problem with inflation of past, and our production capabilities is 10% smaller than the average, which is a bit of a problem, but I think we can manage. We are currently expanding our navy a fair bit. To make sure that we have a decent navy, it has not been the focus for the past couple decades, so we do have some catching up to do. But we currently have a pretty decent situation. Our maintenance capabilities in most of our ports are perfectly well to even double the amount of ships that we have, so that's probably something that we will do. In terms of research, we are currently researching better armor, better accuracy, and better maintenance facilities. Also better gunpowder storage, and quicker training of troops. Speaking of troops, we are also training some troops in various places. Actually, hold on. Oh, right, we can't actually train anything in Havana because it kind of lacks vendorite. Sorry, bronze. We don't have bronze there, so we can't really train any more troops, which is a slight issue. But if we can get some bronze from elsewhere, then we should be able to train troops in here. And let's have a quick look at the holdings that we have, because we have quite a few, mostly around South America, and, well, yeah, South America, also in Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, Argentina, Chile. Then we got Canary Islands in North Atlantic, and we got all around Iberia, and then in North Sea we do have Bruges, which is a nice little way to see something in the north, let's put it that way. Also, we got the Philippines already, and our king has expressed wishes to expand and find some rum around the Spice Islands. So Malacca Straits and Java Sea is probably our priority in expanding. Of course, we will also be surveying a lot of the areas that we have and try to find some nice resources to exploit. And in terms of fleets, let's just quickly have a look. Majority of our ships are not huge. Well, actually, I can just look at the numbers in total. So in total we have 2 first rates in total. One in Cadiz and another one, I believe, in Havana. Yes, that is true. Then we got 5 second rates, we got 12 third rates, 23 fourth rates, 46 fifth rates, 36 sixth rates, and 24 combined of the 7 rates, both variants combined. And yeah, so we got a decent fleet, but it could always be bigger, and it's not a very heavy fleet, but that's probably going to work just fine with our intended tactics. But yes, our focus will be expanding into the Spice Islands, and then expand the fleet, and we'll probably have to send in some of our fleets from Cadiz to Caribbean and that sort of area to make sure that our interests there are met. But anyway, I will see you in a bit. We have managed to make improvements for our fire control, and we should be able to now fire accurately further away. Also already started practicing on firing in a bit faster moving targets as well. We have researched ways to strengthen our ships and our troops, thus we are now developing a new line of coastal fortifications. We have now designed the improved coastal fortifications, and we've heard a word from the French that apparently a vertical gun control will help firing upon the fort, so that is what we'll start designing next, after which we'll probably start designing a bit better crow's nests for our ships. And there we have it. That's the end of the year, so let's have a quick look at the situation of our nation here. So first of all, we haven't been doing much in terms of our navy during this year, but next year we'll probably have to start shuffling around quite a bit of ships because, for example, in Chile we don't actually have maintenance facilities, so the ships there have taken a fair bit of wear and tear, a little bit at least, so we'll have to make sure to shuffle those ships into a place where they can actually be maintained, and then we'll send in fresh ships there to make sure that order is kept in our colony there. Now, in terms of surveying, we've done a decent job at surveying a lot of places. Not anything has been surveyed completely, although Bay of Biscay is almost done, and then a little bit in Philippine Sea, but mostly we've kept where we are right now. And then in terms of research, we are currently researching some of the fire controls actually, which is going to be beneficial for us. They're going to be a little bit smaller in size, but they'll still increase the range a little bit, so that's going to potentially give us a little bit extra room for either rations or gunpowder storage or something like that. We'll have to see what we actually use it for, but we'll have something to put in there, no doubt. And then we're also getting the fire control speed rating, but that's going to take actually not all that long. But we probably don't need the speed boost right now, but it's going to be useful in the long run, but right now probably less of a pressing matter. And then of course we are also increasing the maintenance support per facility. And then we are researching the better gunpowder storage, as well as ground unit production. But that's about it in terms of research that we're currently doing. Now we do of course have some other research lined up, for example better optics to spotting sails of the enemies, and then the fire controls mostly. Now in terms of ship production, we are actually producing 1 first rate, 2 third rates and 1 fifth rate in Cadiz. We've also built a fair few of the smaller ships, but we're not building any new ships right now, mostly because we are having a bit of a debt there. So we're also building a 2nd rate and 4th rate and another survey ship in Barcelona. And in Havana we're trying to build this, or trying to be building this, but we actually are lacking some minerals or resources for it. So we're not actually doing right now. But, yeah, that's actually about it. Not building any other ships, as far as I can tell. But yeah, and there's going to be a lot of fleet movement next year. I don't think we're going to do it during this year. Also, we'll start training some of the fleets, although not sure how big of an impact the training is going to have. Although that might be because of the... well, actually, we don't even have a training commander yet, but since we're on this screen, let's have a look at our civilian shipping instead. We got one that has 2 colony ships, and it's doing a decent job. It's transferring colonists or settlers from Cadiz to Bruges and El Ferrol to Canary Islands. And then we have another one that has 1 colony ship and 2 freighters, and that's doing pretty much the same in terms of colonists a bit. Oh, actually no, it's not a colony ship, it's a fishing fleet. So that will also give us a decent bit of extra cash by taxing it. Of course, they are fishing the fish that we'd like as well, but so are the Portuguese, so I suppose it's fine. At least we get money out of this. So yeah, we got a decent civilian sector right now. I do hope that it expands even further, just to make sure that we are going to get more money, because, speaking of which, we are still losing about 500 per month right now, and our effectiveness, well, it's 71% right now, so it could be worse. We're getting a decent bit of minerals, and if it wasn't for the monetary situation, we'd probably be getting more food actually from our trade deals, but right now it is going to be money. We'll be gaining about 7,000, I believe. So it's almost gonna, well, it's gonna lower the impact of our debt at least a little bit. Then in terms of, well, we already went through the shipping lines. There are some civilian mining. Actually, no, we don't have any civilian mining colonies either. Never mind then. And we haven't started any new colonies yet, but we might start doing that. For example, let's have a quick look at the Cadiz 4. If I remember correctly, that one has a little bit of minerals. It has some wood and sailcloth, so it's actually not a terrible place to, for example, mine stuff to take into Canary Islands, because if I remember correctly, Canary Islands don't actually produce much. No, they don't mine anything, they don't have maintenance stuff there, but if we started shipping those resources from there to Canary Islands, we could potentially, well, we'd still need glass as well, but we could then start maintaining ships here. More reliably anyway. And we do have some ships here that have not been maintained for a little while, so we're going to have to bring those boys home and send fresh ships out. And once we get our economy back in order, we'll keep on pumping out more troops and ships and expand our empire. But I think that's about it for this episode. So make sure to check out Ben's channel, link is down below in the description, and we'll be seeing you next week.